request all the participants here, I will give each one of you 2 to 3 minutes or even 4 minutes you can take. See that what exactly you do. And then the participants will understand what you are doing. And if they have some cross questions, they will ask. Otherwise, I am going to pounce upon you, ask questions. So, that is how we do the moderation. First, sorry, our organizers I have to follow. So 1.5 minutes it is cut. Make it short and sweet. You are all vendors and marketing people except Savita. So all of you, when you do, in 1.5 minutes you must impress that the tech park will come running to you and take your product. So that is what I want. That show your marketing skill there. And after all this, I request each one of you, outside there is a stall, Swachhagraha stall there, and it shows actually how you can do composting and in the house only and how you can do all that. That you teach to your families. What we are discussing is tech park, and as I told you earlier, 12 lakhs multiplied by 4, 48 lakh people should be doing composting in their house or biogas in their own house. This is what our main aim is. That is why Revati Madam has called this workshop, tech workshop, so that at least 12 by 4, about 50 lakh people will be converted in one shot. That is what we want. Thank you. Now I'll give the mic to first Victoria, and after that we will ask questions. Each one, let them finish what they want.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Victoria and I represent Swachha Eco Solutions. We are a plastic recycling unit. Adhered by the law, we have all the necessary documents, like, we work with BBMP and we collect all kind of plastics. Here I'm going to emphasize more on the low grade plastic, because the high grade plastic, as you know, whatever is generated goes to the trade cycle and gets recycled. What I'm talking about is the HTP, that is your Harpic bottles, your dabbas, your cans, whatever. That goes to the traders and traders buy it. What I am here to talk about is the low grade plastic, which nobody talks about. If we talk about organic waste, if you dump it somewhere, I'm sorry to use this, but it gets composted and it goes off. It stinks for a few days, and after that the stink is gone and it is composted. Here we are here to talk about plastic, which can never be, if it goes to the landfill, which can never be recovered back, and it has nothing to do with, and it will block your water going into the water and everything. So here, we are here at Yelahanka. You can always come and visit our plant. We are on Sandeep Unnikrishnan Road. We recycle all kind of plastic, from the lowest grade of plastic, which we recycle and make it into lumps, which goes into becoming pipes, irrigation pipes, and it goes into becoming your plastic sheets and tarpaulin and all that stuff. And the higher grade of plastic, we convert it into granules, which goes into becoming your any kind of article plastic, like your buckets, your chairs, whatever you use. So all this, we do it at Yelahanka. And the next step we are trying to talk about is the lowest grade of plastic. We want to convert it into, shred it and send it to the roads, where we can use it for roads to make tar roads, where the efficiency of the roads can become more good. So we request you to dispose your plastic to the right kind of vendor, like that I don't have to go back to the trade cycle and buy plastic. If you corporates can give us the plastic directly, we are the authorized recyclers, collectors and recyclers. We will recycle it and it will go to the right kind of people and closes the loop completely. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I am Rajesh, representing Rock Crystals. We process construction and demolition waste. To be more specific, not all construction and demolition waste. Construction and demolition waste would consist of a wide spectrum of material, right from your demolished concrete to soil, plastics, and n number of items. But we are focused mainly on the concrete, excess rock excavation, mortar waste, and broken blocks. So what we basically do is we crush this and get aggregates that can be used for block making and other paver blocks, etc. Now, what we are presently doing is that we are taking these aggregates and making it into manufactured sand. though the BIS certification for the recycled CND waste products have not yet been published, they are of good quality, comparable with any other M-sand from natural sources. And our facility is located in North Bangalore, close to the international airport. And at present, we are sending our trucks free of cost if it is situated within 10 kilometers from our plant. But only condition is it has to be kept segregated. The concrete has to be kept segregated, free of soil contamination, and that is what we are finding challenging. Because it's easier to dispose of the mixed waste somewhere here or there, and most of the large projects, whether it's tech parks or large housing projects, there is always a standby site somewhere 10-15 kilometers away from that project, owned by the same developer, which needs to be leveled. And CND waste is the cheapest material available for filling up all the low-lying areas. So if you see the way Bangalore has developed, the earlier CND waste dump site used to be very close to Bangalore. If you go on the International Airport Road, the moment you cross the Hebbal flyover, on the right-hand side you will see a huge mountain that was 20 feet deep a few years ago. And now it's covered, they have stopped dumping, they have covered, and a lot of shrubs have grown. So nobody realizes it's a CND dump site. But what is the end use of it? It is going to be leveled and made into some commercial development. And this is the same thing that is happening across. Now, we find that there are a lot of construction happening between the Ring Road and Yelahanka. So the next site is near Chalkere Lake or other sites, all low-lying lands where the CND waste is going. Now, and where we are receiving the waste from is where the client has taken initiative and enforcing it to see that CND waste is not disposed of unscientifically, and they send their person, either the security person or somebody from their senior safety or quality control to ensure that the material is reaching our place. It's only in these cases it is coming. Otherwise, it doesn't come. So, as long as the CND waste is kept segregated, it can be processed, and the excess soil is not damaging, and that can go for the land covering of the wet waste, process, compost, etc. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am Afsar Ahmed from ITC Limited, Paper Boards Division. I am representing here as we have a project called ITC CSR WOW project. It's a well-being out of waste. Under this project, we are doing 4 programs. One program, the households awareness and creating awareness and clean and clean. In this program, we are working with NGOs. 2 NGOs in Bangalore we are working. One is Samardhanam Charitable Trust and another Chum Society. Under this program, what we do, we are going door to door educating households about source segregation. The second program, we work with the schools, and we are forming 200 schools. We are presently working, forming eco clubs in the schools, and we are educating children about source segregation, importance of source segregation, and also we are doing programs, school exchange program. This program is annually we'll install one stall in the school. We'll ask children to bring all the waste paper from home, like phone bills, telephone bills, bus ticket, movie tickets, their old books, and we'll exchange them, giving our ITC classmate notebooks. Suppose a child is bringing 10 kgs of waste books or waste paper, we'll give around 100 rupees worth of stationery exchange. The third program, what we'll do is corporates and commercials. In corporates commercials, we do assessments in the corporates and commercials about the waste management, and we help them to do the source segregation and the 100% zero waste management. Here what we do, we do assessment, then we give an assessment report, then we'll tell them what is the important segregation process we show them. Then we'll set up a 3-bin system, wet, dry and sanitary waste, and we'll also attach them to the vendors, available vendors. total dry waste, 100% dry waste we collect, and through our NGOs and the franchises. Total paper will go to, we have our own mill in Coimbatore, where we require per day around 200 to 300 metric tons of paper for recycling. And this total paper is go to our own mill, and we also give certification to the corporates about how much paper they segregated. Suppose use recycling, suppose 1 ton paper, that means you saved around 22 trees. And in the third program we have mobile shedding services. See, most of the corporates and hospitals and all, because of confidentiality, some of the documents they'll burn it or they'll just accumulate it. So we send our mobile shedder and at the doorstep of the corporates, and we'll shed their paper and we'll send to our own mill. Apart from that, we also collect a lot of confidential documents like truck loads and all. We directly will send in front of the corporates, we'll pulp it in our mill. These are the programs we are doing under this season, and every month 3,000 metric tons we are from Bangalore we are sending for recycling, and around 200 metric tons low value plastic we are sending to cement factories for using as a fuel. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Menak Chakrabarti and I'm the CEO of GPS Renewables, a firm that I co-founded right after graduating from this very campus. Now, why biogas? Well, we saw many, when we started off, we saw many legacy technology issues with existing biogas technologies. For instance, Ramakansa was talking about a payback period of 7 to 8 years for biogas plants. Now, coming from a business background, we feel that that's on the higher side. It becomes a very tough sale when you're trying to sell something which has such a huge payback period. So because of this very reason, we did a complete redesign of the system, working on the efficiency and the efficacy of the system. So today, our solution typically has a payback period of 2 to 3 years. The other big challenge that we saw with biogas was that the space footprint of biogas plants, of traditional biogas plants, was too huge. And as you know, there is hardly any space in our cities. So keeping that in mind, we built a system whose footprint was around 3 to 4 times smaller than that of the conventional biogas plants. On similar lines, we cut down on the water footprint. Now today, only through, we focus on decentralized captive biogas plants, and just for that, we have over 50 tons of waste processing under our umbrella in India and Bangladesh. Our clients include the likes of Akshay Patra, Manipal University, Infosys, ITC Hotels et al. And we are entering the US as well. So that's been the story so far. And yes, so if you are a campus which generates at least 100 kgs of waste per day, if you don't have space, that's fine. We will find some space somewhere, maybe in some part around your STP, we will find some space somewhere. And yes, we will be able to come up with a solution and make economic sense from your organic waste.
Good afternoon. My name is Sumit Bapat. I am the technical director of a company called Noble Exchange. My colleague Nuriel Pezakar could